What have you gotten out of this?
The atmosphere at the sports pavilion is unlike any other. The fans do a great job at just picking up our energy and cheering loud when we're winning, but also cheering loud when we're losing to get our momentum more towards our side. They do a good job at that.
Yeah, I think we have such a great atmosphere, and it just really boosts our energy. You know, the long rallies, it just gives us so much confidence.
What did you guys get out of your journey to the Final Four last year, and how does that help you this year as you start the postseason?
Yeah, last year we hadn't been there before, and so this year I think we have a little more idea of what it could be like, but we're still just really taking it one match at a time and preparing for Friday this week and then moving on from there.
Yeah, I think
last year ended though, does that motivate you?
Yeah, because we definitely all want to be back there, so it definitely motivates us to get in and put in the work in practice and then play that way in games too.
Over the last, particularly 2, but also 4 matches, there have been times when, from a fan perspective, it kind of looked like you guys were not going to win.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing that maybe is different about this team is that it doesn't seem like you guys believe that you're not going to win, like even after that 3rd set against Wisconsin. Can you talk a little bit about getting down and coming back, which you've been really good at lately?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think especially against Nebraska, there was a point in the 5th set, and I think we just looked to each other and we said we have no doubt right now. Like, we believe in each other so much, and that really helps us in those tough moments in matches when it's really close. I think that's something that's really special about this team.
Yeah, something we've really worked on is just taking it one point at a time. So no matter where we are in the match, if we're like in the 3rd set against Wisconsin when we were down by quite a bit, we were still working on building our momentum for the next game, and we weren't giving up and just approaching it that way instead of like winning or losing or end result.
Sarah, as a senior this year, what role did you believe you needed to play for this team, and how did you approach the season and prepare for it?
Yeah, I think as a senior, just throughout the spring and summer, I think I just worked at becoming more of a consistent player. I think in the past I would play well one night and then kind of be iffy the next night. And so that was a goal of mine, especially in the spring, just to approach practice and approach games the same so that when it comes to season, then I can do that exact same thing. So approach every game the same and just work at consistent energy, emotion, execution, and then that just enabled me to become the leader that I have been.
There was a recent interview where you said you were playing with more freedom this year, freedom from pressure and expectations.
Mm-hmm.
Can you explain a little more about that? What was causing you to feel pressure and expectations in the past, and then how did you move past that?
Yeah, I think in the first couple years here, I just had a lot of expectations put on myself that were really just put on by my own mental game. But I think this last year I've just really grown in that and just become more confident, I guess, and that's really released a lot of pressure. And I don't really think a lot about the crowd or who's in the crowd anymore, and it's really just turning to my teammates. Something we've always talked about is just our strength is in our unity, and I think that that's really helped me take outside pressures and expectations, like keep them out of the picture, because I turn to my teammates in those tough moments instead of putting it all on myself.
Samantha, how have you seen Sarah change this year? What changes have you seen in her game and in her mental approach and her leadership?
Yeah, Sarah has definitely grown so much as a leader and as a volleyball player, and it's been really cool to see that throughout the past couple of years. This year she definitely took on that leadership role and embraced it, and I think that she's someone that we can all turn to when things get tough, and I know as a setter that giving her the ball in those tough moments, she'll put it away, and I really trust her, so that's really been cool to see that develop this year.
Thanks,
You're welcome.
Anything else from Mr. Naplitz?
And Sammy, as a setter, I mean, sometimes things change in the course of the match. You got to try to move the ball to different places. The adjustments that you guys make, whether it's for Sarah or to any of the other hitters, did it take a while to kind of get that synergy with all of them to try to figure out, okay, well, we need to move, this isn't working, we need to move the ball somewhere else?
Yeah, definitely. I think that every hitter has a perfect ball that they can put away most of the time. So that's kind of difficult sometimes, but I think that the coaches really help with those adjustments, and I really work with my hitters in practice to work on different sets, and in game time, the coaches really help me because they can see the things off the court that I don't necessarily see on the court, and we have great communication with the hitters. Just they let me know what kind of ball they need.
Hugh mentioned that in that second set, you at Wisconsin game, that you guys kind of went on a roll at the end, and then came back in the third set and had a hard time. What did you guys learn from that experience, and then going into fourth and fifth set, having such a strong play? What did you guys learn from that, and does it help you mature going into the future?
Yeah, I think in the Wisconsin game, in set 2, we really talked about how we have to earn our points. And so at the end of set 2, I think Wisconsin was giving us a couple, and then in the third set, they gave us nothing. They were playing very clean volleyball, very consistent, really good offensively and defensively. So then in between the third and fourth, we really talked about earning our points and not really banking on them making errors or whatever it may be, and just being consistent in that and approaching kind of what I said before, just the point by point, that no matter what's happened in the past, we can define the moment at this exact time. So we had that mentality throughout the whole game, I thought.
Sarah, how would you describe yourself when you first came into this program and the journey that you've been on? How much have you changed over these 4 years, both in your skill on the court, your mental approach, and as a person?
Yeah, I think just my freshman year, I was just a very immature volleyball player. I didn't really have a high volleyball IQ. I had a couple shots offensively that I would turn to, but then I think throughout this 4 years, I've really expanded my range and just applied what the coaches have taught me. Our coaches are such great coaches. They're teachers, and then they're also our biggest fan, but also our biggest critic. So I think just taking what they say and applying it to the skills has been really important for me and has definitely helped me grow as a player and just as a person off the court too with the mental game. The mental game kind of applies to all parts of life, not just volleyball.
Yeah, Sam, you were Big Ten Freshman of the Year last year, and you've had a great season this year, culminating being Big Ten Setter of the Year. How have you kind of developed into being such a strong presence, being so much younger than the rest of your senior teammates?
Yeah, I think this year I just tried to help my team as much as I could with being a leader and being at the setter position. I touch a lot of the balls, the second ball, most of the time, and so I think that my team has really helped me with that. Sarah is someone that especially will kind of look at me and be like, hey, we need you right now if I'm wavering in an aspect or something like that. So she has really helped me with that, and I think that just like Sarah said earlier, just turning to my teammates when things get tough has really helped me develop into a leader, and I've really tried to take on that role more even though I'm a little bit younger.
Do you guys have any thoughts going into this game against North Dakota? I know it's a team you guys have faced before.
Yeah, I think we're all really excited to get into the NCAA tournament. We've definitely put in the work, and we'll continue to work these next couple days in practice and just learn about them, watch some video, and come as prepared as possible.
Sam, after last season ended, how did you guys use the spring and summer to prepare for this year? Were there different things that you did, different commitments that you made? What did the team do to prepare and be more ready this year?
Yeah, I think last year when the season ended, we had a great run, and we knew that it had taken a lot of hard work, and that is something that we implemented last season. So just knowing that anything worth having is going to take a lot of hard work in the off season, and making a lot of changes and really listening to the coaches when they're trying to help us was something that was really going to help us this season to make a run, and I think that that's something we're going to keep in mind in the tournament.
In a situation like in that fifth set against Wisconsin where you started out, Sarah, I believe you had 5 kills in a row to begin that set, and the only reason it stopped is because you rotated in the back row. When that's going on, are you like, can I keep getting away with this? Or what is the thought process there when you keep going back to where she keeps producing?
Yeah, definitely. I think that's the player Sarah is for this team. I can go to her. When she gets 5 kills in a row, I'm going to continue to keep going to her because I know that she's so confident and she's grown as a player that she can put the ball away. So just kind of feeding the beast is what Matt Houck always tells me to do.
Anything else for student athletes? Next, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you.